Hello and welcome. Good evening, good morning and good afternoon. You are listening to And Another Thing. We are Joella and Helene, and this is episode 29.
29.
One shy of 30.
30. Whoop, whoop.
It's usually how numbers go, but 30, like we have talked about before, is a milestone number because it's a nice roundy one.
And we promised ourselves a dinner.
Do you know what? We have promised ourselves a dinner with
25.
Different milestones.
But this one...
Have we gone out to dinner yet?
No,
we haven't.
So now it's 30.
Which we can't do anyway because...
Well, we can do it the week after.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
31. Woo! We like to celebrate our milestones with watching them go by.
Yeah, watching them go by and going, yay, we were supposed to go out for dinner then. We didn't. Today's been a blah day. I felt like it was so long. The day was long.
Mm-hmm. I looked at 1 o'clock and then I was like, oh, it feels like it's 3 o'clock. And then I looked at the time again, it was 2 o'clock. And I was like, oh, it feels like it's 5 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, because
it hasn't been lit out yet.
It was dark today as well and rainy and it was just a weird day.
It was, and then it was really quiet, and then it got really busy, and then it got kind of quiet, and then we had a bit of a busy bit. A bit of a busy bit
and then
again.
quiet again.
And then quiet again.
So you get yourself ramped up, and then you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, just
and then
kidding.
it goes whoop again.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're here. We've just got to ramp ourselves up now because we're still feeling a bit blah. Right. What happened today?
Well,
What was her name? I got to tell the story about Anne. I hope Anne had a nice time.
Oh, that actually wasn't her proper name, so we'll use it.
Well, she's not going to listen. She couldn't even find a parking spot. She's not going to be able to find the podcast. She called up and asked for a takeout order and proceeded to tell Joe all about why she wanted this takeout order because her brother was coming and the whole story. Mm-hmm. So we did the takeout order and then she phoned and said that she couldn't pick it up anymore because she couldn't find anywhere to park and she was on her way home.
I was impressed that Anne knew how to call you from her phone in her car.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Because she seemed a little bit stressy.
Yes, she
when
was
she
still
came
stressy.
here.
I'm on my way. I couldn't find a parking space and my brother's coming and I'm like...
Yeah. All the way from the town 10, 20 minutes over. But he's coming over for a cup of coffee and I wanted to have a sweet treat. So I've come to get your sweet treats. And then she buggered off. And then you're like, well, you can come back and I will meet you outside. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. And then she calls again and you answered. And then she says, yes, I'm by the lights. Okay.
Which lights? Are you coming to the front of the building or the back? Well, the side.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I asked.
At one point I heard you say, are you by a lake, like a body of water?
And
I was like, the lake is not close. If she's got to the lake, she's in the wrong town.
She said lights. I thought she said lake. She went lights. I was like, oh, okay. And I go outside and I can see her like frantically looking because there's still no parking spaces.
Right.
But I had to take her card and get closer to the building to pay on the machine. So anyway, she said, no receipt. I said, no, I can't. This machine doesn't give them, but there's your fritters. Shut the door, Anne. Off
You're
you go.
getting door-to-door service and delivery.
Yeah. So
right
that
now.
for your brother.
Yeah, because he's coming over for a cup of coffee
Yeah,
from the
and
town
she
that's
told
20
me
minutes
again
away.
when I delivered, I'm like, I know. It's like I know your brother. So, yeah, I hope she had a nice cup of tea with her sweet treats in the end.
And her brother, who was coming, a cup of coffee.
Oh, coffee. Because what a stressful time for her. Poor love.
Poor Anne.
She was very appreciative, though.
It is very funny how people call and then they start telling you part of their life story. Like, oh, hi, my name's... This happened again today. I'm going to call her Olivia. My name's Olivia, and I'm a regular of yours, and we usually order some of these products from you, and I think I'd like to place a bigger order today.
Okay.
All right, Olivia. Like, you've just wasted 45 seconds of your time telling me your story.
Well, of your time as well,
and
because
of my
on
time.
these particular occasions when they like to tell you their life story,
It's usually
we are busy.
Yeah.
And I don't need to know that your brother's coming over or that I've met you before or
and I was
any
like,
of that.
okay, what can I get for you, Olivia? And then she tells me her order, and I'm like, okay, cool. So I'll see you at this time. She's like, oh, no. Greg's coming in to pick it up. He's been in there a couple of times. You'll know him. And I was like, Okay, cool. We'll see Greg soon then.
Oh, and then she phoned up again to say that Greg was running late and, don't think I'm not coming. And which I guess is kind of nice.
That is kind of nice.
Because sometimes we do think they're like, what the hell? You ordered this at 1:00 and you're still not here and it's 2:00.
Yeah.
So you never know. There's one person that comes in a lot on the weekend and gives me a time or gives the person a time and I see it written down and I'm like, she's not going to be in at that time. I know who that is.
You always do another half hour later or an hour later?
I make it for the right time,
Right.
but then I know that you're not coming in. You're going to be another hour after that.
Oh, my goodness.
Every time.
Well, I mean, at least she's consistent.
At least we know,
with
yeah.
her lateness.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So can I tell you about a lady yesterday that asked me, as I was walking past, she said she waved like she had a mouthful of food, so she just wanted to stop me. So then I had to wait for her to finish her mouthful of food, and I was like, "Yeah, how can I help you? Can I have a glass of water, please?" I'm like, "Absolutely, no problem." I go off, I get the glass of water, and I bring it back with ice in, which I don't normally do because I'm not an ice in a drink person.
No, you don't like cold drinks.
No. So, but I put the ice in because most people here like it. And she said, and I put the drink down, and she said, "Did I say I wanted it with ice?" And I'm like, "Fuck you, lady."
Did she say it?
I want it. Yeah.
Did she say it with a tone of like, did I say that I wanted it with ice?
Yeah, she had a tone. It's normally a question we ask people at the POS when they order, do you want ice or no ice? Because we have that button now. Did I say I wanted it with ice? And I was like, no. But in my head, I wanted to say, did you say you didn't want it with ice? I'm like, no, you didn't. I just bought it with ice. I'll go get one without ice.
Do you know, I was thinking while I was editing last week's episode that I would love to do a segment with you of what the things that we would like to say to customers that can't.
Yeah.
And or the things that we could do and then say in that particular scenario, so you don't want it with ice? Well, no, of course not. Okay, so then just to like put your hand in her
like
cup
those,
and then just like grab the ice and then just chuck it out and then just say, there you go.
I've seen
and then walk away.
So many things on Instagram. Oh, you didn't want whip, and then they scoop
and then
it
they
off
scoop
and
it
they throw it. Yeah.
Honestly,
is this mine with the whip on? Or did you order whip?
Yeah. So one of the girls that I was working with today, she said, I know that you guys talk about this on your podcast, but it literally just happened to me. And I was like, why, what happened? She said, I took 2 plates out. And then immediately when I got to the table, they were like, she's having the yogurt. And she was like, okay, I didn't even say hello. I didn't say anything else. She's like, I just put things. And then she walked away and she's like, well, fuck you then. I hope you don't have a nice day. And I hope you don't enjoy your meal. I was going to say enjoy your meal, but instead, no.
That's great. I love it that it happens to them, the things we've experienced, like when they tell you a story. This happened to me, exactly what you've spoken about.
Yes.
It's going to lead me on to somebody that I found on Instagram. But first of all, what about those ladies the other day that came in? This was yesterday too.
You're going to have to jog my memory.
One of them, there was 3 ladies. I think table 1, one came up and said, I'd have a flat white, please.
I wasn't on the floor.
Oh,
yesterday.
you wasn't on the floor. I'll have a flat white, please. She knew exactly what she wanted. And a flat white was going to be made and delivered to that table. And the next lady was having an Americano. She knew exactly what she wanted. So Americano would be made, taken to the table. The next lady, she doesn't go out very often, I don't think, especially not to coffee shops. And she says, can I have a flat Americano? Like, what? And I was standing next to the person that was on the till. And I know that going through his brain was, what is that? I've not heard of this before. But I couldn't. Because
just put down an Americano. I don't think she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He said to me, "What?" We looked at each other. I said, "She just asked for a flat Americano." He said, "Yeah, I put it in as Americano because I didn't know." And I'm like, "Okay." So I went over with the drinks, expecting her to either be like, "No, it's not what I wanted." But Americano indeed was what she wanted.
What she wanted.
Yeah, but a flat Americano.
She just put both of her friends' drinks together.
As opposed
and
to
said,
a wavy, a wavy one, like,
or a round curvy one.
What is it? She's just trying to be like her friends. They knew what they wanted, and she didn't.
No, too funny.
Shall I tell you about this? Moving on.
Well, you were saying about Instagram, and then you
I told my Americano story.
Your flat Americano story.
I came across an account from a Lebanese place in Australia, and
you sent a couple to me.
Yeah, and I posted one, I think, I posted one on our story.
Okay.
Because he does these little skits about what you could say, exactly what you were saying, what you would like to say to a customer. Mm-hmm. And it was just like a carbon copy of some of the things we've spoken about. Mm-hmm. And it was there was a hot drink and a cold drink.
Oh, right beside one another.
Yeah, and which one was which. And he just said, well, if you open your eyes, you can probably see. And the next one was something you just spoke about either last week or the week before about, are these fresh?
Yes. And then he started biting one into one.
But when I said, no, you shouldn't eat these. And I'm like, oh my God, he's covering everything. The place is called Knefi. Not Kniffy, like, can I have a knife for Kniffy? It's called Knefi. And his Instagram is Knefi_Windsor. And he does the funny posts. But they have some most delicious...
Their food looks incredible.
They have that. Now, I have a hard time saying this because it comes out...
Baklava?
Yeah, I was going to say baklava. Baklava.
I knew exactly what you were going to say. It's so good.
Somebody in lockdown made one and gave it to Scott, the place where Scott used to work, gave it to him to bring home, and nobody else liked it, and I ate the whole bloody thing in lockdown.
Oh my goodness.
It's so Moorish and it's so delicious.
Of course it's Moorish. It's like half of it's just butter.
And I wish that they could send us some. They also have Dubai chocolate in there, like they make different variations of that viral Dubai chocolate.
Well, I'm gonna show
you
my
know the
ignorance.
pistachio chocolate. You don't know what that is at all. So it's a big thick bar of chocolate that went like viral on TikTok, and you open it up and it has like pistachio filling, and then lots of places do it. Marks and Spencer's do it. You know, like it's everywhere is trying to recreate this Dubai chocolate. Anyway, they do it and they have all these different flavors, and it looks so good because you crunch into the chocolate and.
There's just like filling in the inside.
Lots of filling. It's not cheap. They don't cheap on the filling.
Yeah, I imagine it's probably also not cheap on the pocket too.
No, I'm sure it's not, which is again why we might need a PO box number so they can send us some chocolate we can try. But anyway,
PO box number.
Send it to this PO box number.
Oh, how dreams are free. We might be nearing our 30th episode there, Helen.
But no one's sending us any bloody chocolate.
No one's sending us anything.
Anyway, you need to, if I find more of them that are so similar to our podcast, then I will post them because it's bloody funny. But it just shows you that there's Margaret's
in the world. And
all over the world.
Hospitality is the same no matter where in the world you are.
Yeah.
Because people are still people and they're still dumb and they still ask the dumb questions.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you are. That's what amazed me. It was like, oh my God, people ask you, are those fresh? I mean, they... look, their displays look absolutely awesome.
And what does it matter?
I would be too scared to ask if that was,
yeah,
because so much effort has gone into making them look so beautiful.
If it wasn't fresh, whereabouts are you going to find any of those pastries that they have made anywhere else?
I think they're in Melbourne. Melbourne.
It's Melbourne, but nobody says Melbourne.
No, it's
like Melbourne.
Well, there's a few places that I used to say wrong, like Newfoundland. Can't say Newfoundland. Newfoundland. You have to change how you say it.
Or you just shorten it down and it's a Newfie. But that's a person, right?
That's the person that lives there.
The person who lives there is a Newfies.
And there's a place in the States, Mary something. Is it Mary? Anyway.
Maryland?
Maryland. No, I don't think it's
That's
that
Maryland.
Maryland. Yeah, it is Maryland. How did you say it?
Maryland.
Oh, I didn't even recognise it to be Maryland. And I've there's also places in England that you would say like,
honestly, those ridiculous English ones with all the shires and the lictors and the
those are a lot.
Yeah, you put the Worcestershire sauce in there as well, and then you're all screwed.
Anyway, look up this guy because it is quite funny, and it's and just go on there and drool at his
delicious desserts.
Baklava. I had to work on that. Baklava.
The other funny thing that
so good.
The other funny thing that I really appreciated that happened this week was we have a regular of ours who also listens to our podcast, and he came in and he was sitting at the table, and then he watched as certain things unfolded that we've talked about on the podcast before.
Oh, yes.
And then he said to you afterwards, he's like, oh, I just love watching these things now, knowing exactly how you guys think and feel about the scenario. He's like, I just watched that woman steal a table.
She was a table snatcher. I just like to sit and watch and see if I can spot anything that
I just love that he appreciated that particular moment. And if you're listening, you'll know exactly who you are.
Yes.
And that moment tickled me.
Yeah, that's very funny.
Oh, that is so cool that there's an observation made of like, oh, that's going to piss them off. Yes, it is going to piss us off. Can't you read? Can't you just have common sense? Can't you see that one is hot and one has ice in it?
That woman said, I'm going to have this table. I'm like, no, you're not. We've had a week where we've had weights every day. So I'm like, no, you're not. Well, and she just started to tell you. I said, well, which one can I have? And I said, the one that you're given when you order.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he saw. He saw it play out in front of him. That's too funny.
Oh, it's so good.
It is good.
Good
times.
If only there was I was going to say like the thought bubble or like an animation thought bubble of some sort that would go up above our head.
Yeah.
When somebody says something, then there could be an animation thought bubble of, are you freaking serious right now?
Can you turn
Did you
the
say
volume
that
down
I wanted
in here?
ice?
Yeah.
No, I'll just take that and then throw it at your face. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I just looked at her because I thought, you're being kind of rude right now.
What happened after that? Did you go and get her?
Well, I did my usual. No problem.
Oh,
madam.
I actually don't know whether you wanted ice or not because I didn't ask and you didn't specify. So, do you want this water or not?
Maybe I should have asked, but it was in the moment. Can I have some water? Yeah, no problem.
Or
did I say I wanted ice?
The flip
well,
side.
You didn't say anything apart from can I have a glass of water?
The flip side too is you bring a glass of water out and then you're like, oh, could I have some ice in it?
Yeah.
There's no pleasing anybody.
No, and you're right. There's a certain way to say things. All the time there's a better way for you to say something in a restaurant like that.
Yeah.
Is it possible to have some ice? Oh, I'm so sorry, I can't have ice. Is it just nicer?
Yeah.
Not, did I say I wanted that? No, you didn't. I just threw the water at you. Get your own water.
Did I say that I actually wanted to get you water? No, I didn't. I just said, okay.
No problem. I think also the no problems, if people that don't know me and the people that know me would...
The no problems, if they're high pitched. No problem.
No problem.
Yeah.
And otherwise
that
it's
means,
just like, yeah, no problem, I can get that for you.
Yeah. The subtext is, it is definitely a problem.
You are being a problem. No problem, madam.
No problem.
I'll get you another one.
Yep, you're a pain in the ass and I'm going to lick the rim of your cup right now.
We don't do that.
No, we don't. I was actually just thinking, my mental image went to, it'd be great if we had like some hot sauce and then dipped the rim of the glass in hot sauce and then wiped it off and then just gave her back the glass with the water in it. Here you go. Hope you enjoy.
There you go. You might want, let me know if you need any ice in a minute.
You might want some ice with this particular water.
I'm going to be busy though. I'm watching you.
See, the things that we wish we could do.
That's definitely a good episode.
But instead, what do we say?
Yep. No problem.
No problem.
No problem.
Get that for you now.
For you now. God's sake.
Oh, dear. Well, on that note,
I'm having a sip of tea.
We're going to take a break. We will be right back. And we are back.
So, I had an idea for us to talk about what kind of restaurant you like to go to and what vibes you like to experience when you go out to a restaurant.
Okay. Do you want to flesh this out a little bit? Because that's a very, that could be a one-answer question and then we're one and done.
Well, basically, if I said to you, if you could make up your own restaurant, and I said to you, like the vibe of it, what is it going to be like? Like, so for me, it also depends on the circumstances of if you were meeting friends, it might be a slightly different. But my ultimate ideal place would be somewhere cozy with nice lighting and nice seating with just home cooked nice food where I could sit and talk to somebody with music in the background that's not too loud.
Right. What's nice seating for you?
Like it has to have a blinking cushion.
Okay.
And it can't be like a squeaky, like leather. It has to be material.
Okay.
Because that's cozy. And a few cushions there, so you could lean on a cushion or...
So more of an armchair-y kind of situation?
No,
or...
it could still be a bench, but with cushions.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes you get those in... No, I can't think of the style of the restaurant, but mine would be just more of a cozy, warm. There'd be a fireplace in there. There'd be a bit of wood and beams, and it would be that kind of place for me.
That you just got one answer for this. You don't have any other...
Well, I have others
Okay.
that I don't particularly like. Like if I have been working all day and I've been in a noisy environment and I'm expected to go out somewhere else that's noisy and chaotic and... No, thank you. Like, it's just too much for me. So I don't like those places as much as I used to when I was younger. Mm-hmm. And it's too overstimulating. And I think it's because I'm normally in a place that's very overstimulating in the day.
Right, and you've had it all day, so the last thing you want to do is just
I
walk
can't
into
do that.
it.
I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
But those kind of vibes are the perfect vibes if you were going out for someone's birthday. Or, like, they need to be those vibes.
Yeah.
Unless it was you and me, I think that we'd just prefer to sit and talk, but it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
So, and some of those places that are really super modern and white and clean, a bit like where we went for breakfast that time, that new breakfast place. You just went recently, and I also went on a separate occasion. You went last weekend. I forget what it's called.
Pure and simple.
Yeah, it's white and light and quite modern.
Yeah.
I wouldn't normally pick that as a place to go.
Okay. So this is a very broad question.
It is.
And I'm going to do the typical Joella thing, and I'm going to take us off into different areas of answering the question. Because if I'm going out to want to read a book, my ideal place would be kind of like a library, bookshop, cafe vibe, but with armchairs and a fire, but different spots within that you can just kind of like sit with your cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Just me with my book.
Yes.
But also it's a bit more of a quieter vibe. But that's just if I want to go and read a book, which sometimes I do.
Yeah, because if you try and do that in, for example, a coffee shop like ours, there's too much going on. You'd have to put your headphones in or your earplugs in. Yeah,
which that's not... I mean, I might as well just stay home.
Yeah.
Also, I don't enjoy going to places like Starbucks, for example, because it's not actually a comfortable place to go and sit.
No.
Like, their tables are quite small and their chairs are quite small, and it's kind of like they've axed the design of come and sit and stay.
That's very true, because they never... Before COVID, there was many Starbucks that were nice to go in and sit, and I think they're trying to recreate that, but it's going to take a while to go
very
back.
Well.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because the Starbucks I used to work in was like that.
Right.
So there was tables like you're describing, and then there was a bigger table where people could share and use their computers.
Yeah.
And then there was nice, soft, comfy seats that you could sit in as well. And lots of the places in England are like that.
Mm-hmm. See, I enjoy that. Also, there was a cafe where my mum lives, and her and I went there, I think the last morning that I was there last year. Mm-hmm. This year? I went there this year. It feels like so long ago. And they have a one-seater, 2 one-seaters and a couch with a coffee table in the middle, and that's right in the front window. And that was really lovely. My mum and I sat in the 2 one-seaters, or maybe she sat on the couch. But that just, it kind of felt nice, like you have your drink and it's on the coffee table and you can kind of just lean back. And the place was busy, but also it was great because we could people watch at the same time.
Oh, perfect.
And then also chit-chat. So I enjoy that. If I am working or sometimes I do really want to work not at our cafe and work somewhere different for my admin days. But I do find that working in a cafe, I actually don't enjoy a lot of noise. I don't mind some noise, but I find when it gets busy at our cafe and I'm working on my computer, it's too much, and I
Yeah.
end up having to put my headphones on,
Yeah.
and sometimes like I just put music in. But the strange thing is that I put my music in really, really loud, and so it's kind of like I have to drown everything out with
more loud.
with more loud, and then my brain can go quiet.
Yeah.
Which seems counterintuitive, but
Yeah.
it's kind of what works. But also, I haven't really found a spot that I enjoy working at, because I don't want the white walls, or I don't want the
No,
very
so you
small
don't-
Starbucks
yes.
table, or I would love to be able to go to a place where they've got a big old communal table and you've got like 5 different people working there on your computer, but it's a shared space.
Yes.
So that would be fun. And then you've got the entire next part of, because when you were talking about this earlier, I was thinking for food places, there's so many different varieties, because you can have a cafe experience, you can have a food experience. So I would say that is what we went to with High Tea, because the place that we went to was old and quaint, and it had flavour and it had history, and even the chairs we sat in were cool, and the teacups were neat, and so that invites an entire experience.
Yeah, and the staff made the experience.
Yeah,
on
and
that
so
occasion.
I love places like that too, where if I'm going into more of a traditional kind of place, like a Turkish place that I went to once, I think in New Zealand, and the seating is different, and the style of how you get served is different, and that I find is more of environmental, which I also really enjoy. So I'm a bit of everything.
Yes.
The part that I would probably say that I'm not really into is more of the the bar and nightclub scene.
Yeah, the pubs are different.
Pubs are different.
Pubs are different here to me.
Yes, you have said that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the pubs here are not really.
Yeah, I don't mind a pub scene, or I don't mind if you've got a little bit of an eating spot and a bar.
Yeah.
When it's just a bar or it's a nightclub, that's not really my vibe.
No.
But I'll enjoy everything else.
Yes, I will too.
Yeah.
Just my preference would be. And do you remember when we went to the keg that time, but we sat in?
By the fireplace?
Yeah.
Yes. That was fun, but also it was a really long day and we were kind of cold
Yeah,
by
but
that
we
point.
had the where we were sitting was kind of cozy.
Yes, and
That's-
the chairs were quite nice.
Yeah, and we weren't in a booth. We weren't.
Yeah.
It was that experience was nice, and obviously the food and the service made it like that. Mm-hmm. So,
I will say, chair-wise, I enjoy either sitting really low or on a high top table.
really low.
Yeah.
Okay,
So kind of nearly on the floor level, or like if you're, I'm just thinking like Japanese, like traditional, if you're going in for an experiential kind of food, if you're sitting on the floor with a cushion and then your table is just there, or, that kind of thing, happy to do that. Or high top table. I hate sitting in a
booth.
Booth is okay because it's a little bit more of I can lean back. But just like a regular chair, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I just don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy sitting in them. I don't feel comfortable. I can't get relaxed. And then there's a point where I'm done my food and I'm like, okay, can we leave?
Yeah.
But it's not for the lack of company. It's just for the lack of physical comfort.
I find in a booth that my plate is almost opposite my face. I feel like I'm very small in the booth.
Yes, but yes.
Because I'll get in and the seat will be a bit sinky, but the tables are made for probably taller people. Mm-hmm. So I sit down and just look like a little old person sat there, and then they put their food down, and it's almost...
You're literally just shoveling your
it's
food
almost
into your mouth.
uncomfortable for me to eat because I'm not at the right height to cut my steak or eat my salmon or whatever I'm having.
Yeah.
It's a bit awkward. So a table and a chair is better.
If you're proportionally situated.
Yeah. But if you came to my place, it would be we would either have that comfy booth thing I'm talking
Is
about.
this your dreamland?
It doesn't
cafe?
have a table in front of it. It just has it's more of a coffee vibe, I think. Or you'd be able to have food, but you'd be able to pick up the bowl and eat like you were at home kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you don't have a table in front of you because that's kind of restricting and you can't move around. And if you were talking to somebody. So I would imagine us sitting in nice comfy chairs and having a coffee or whatever, and then some snacks. Or if you could only eat appetizers That would be a great place for desserts, though, my place I'm just describing. But if you could eat appetizers for the rest of your life or desserts only for the rest of your life, what would you have?
Appetizers.
Yeah, me too.
But I'm not a sweet tooth person.
But I am.
You're a sweet, and you chose appetizers.
Yeah, because I only feel like there's only so many of those you can... Like, you have a really good dessert, and you're like, okay, that's...
But you don't think that there's enough range of appetizers for you to appease you?
No, I would have appetizers all the way.
Right.
Not desserts, even though I like a nice sweet
tooth.
tooth.
Okay.
Yeah.
I missed that one, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. So I would have appetizers even though I have a sweet tooth, because there's only a certain amount of sweet you can have even with a sweet tooth.
Mm-hmm. Didn't Amy ask us that question the other day at work?
At work?
Yeah. She said if you could only... Was it a dessert? No, if you could have free desserts...
Oh, no, I asked you that.
Did you?
Free dessert or free coffee? That was the question a few weeks ago.
I thought Amy asked this. Anyway.
People already know our answer for that. We said coffee.
Oh, yes. I forget sometimes what gets said on here and
Well,
what
I
gets
know.
said at work and what gets transferred over.
But I would have appetizers because, oh my God, so many good appetizers.
So many.
You could just keep bringing them.
Yeah. Oh, that would be great.
And then you just need one dessert and you can just pay for that.
So, yeah, that's my mini answers. Sometimes I do daydream at work about the kind of cafe that I would have. And then the sensible part of me goes, Joella, you work in a cafe. Your mother owned a cafe. You know what this lifestyle is. It's just dreamland. Mm-hmm. You're dreaming of dreamland right now because it's hard work.
Some cafes are not as, I'm going to say chaotic, but it's not really chaotic. It's organized, but sometimes there's so much going on that your brain feels chaotic. So it's not the situation that you're in where we work. But then there's that noise level and the scrape. There is just, that's what I mean about the chaos. There is so many different conversations happening and it's a high ceiling and there's nothing that's absorbing all of that sound. And then there's the dishes in the sink. But you can find places that are slightly smaller and not as chaotic sounding as ours does.
I'm having a memory of when I went to Queenstown in the South Island of New Zealand. And I don't remember if I was with somebody or if I was on my own. Can't remember. I've been to Queenstown a couple times, been down to South Island a couple times by myself and with others. This one particular cafe was a 2-story cafe. Why I remember it is because the kitchen was downstairs and they had, my brain wants to say dumbbell, but that's a weight.
No, dumb waiter.
Yes. So like the little tiny elevator in the wall where you're pulling a pulley.
Yeah.
And you've got a shelf in there and then the food came up. And so the waiters were upstairs and I was upstairs too and I watched this happen. And so they downstairs, when you're at the till and you're ordering everything, they'll pop all the things on the, what's it called?
It's a dumb waiter.
A dumb waiter, and they'll pop it in there and they'll close the door and then they'll pull the pulley up and then the people upstairs would take it out of the pulley and then they'd go and deliver it.
And the dishes go in there too, down? Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just like, that is so cool.
Isn't that cool? Yeah.
And so the upstairs was very much a different vibe and a different feel because you were slightly removed from the hustle and bustle of particular takeout orders as well because you weren't by the point of sale system or, you weren't by the doors coming in and out. And so there was a little bit more of a relaxed feel upstairs. And then also you didn't hear the dishwasher and you didn't hear the kitchen and it was just a different vibe and it was really, really cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had, I worked in a place that has 2 stories and it was a Coffee Republic to start with and then they got bought out by Starbucks. So on the main level you walked in and that was off the street so you could hear the street and it was not always warm because the door was always open and that's where your espresso machine and everything else happens. And then you'd walk past the dishwasher station and then you go downstairs to another bit. So that was the quiet bit.
Right.
If, for some, you could read your book down there. There was not much noise. There was the music, but you couldn't hear everything that was going on upstairs. And that was where the office was. But the only annoying thing about working there is that you had to keep remembering to go downstairs and clear the tables because we didn't deliver to tables. they took their drinks with them.
Right.
In like china cups.
Yeah.
And got their sugars and everything they want and sat down, and then they just get up and leave
And then
their
they
stuff.
leave, yeah.
Yeah, there was nowhere to put it. It's not like IKEA where you load it up and you put it in a certain spot. So then you're always going around with the bussing trays and...
Yeah, clearing all those plates and tables.
Yeah.
My ideal dream, sometimes when I dream about different cafes, I would love a cafe that has an upstairs area, which is more of a quieter area, but you can, it's still an open concept. So kind of like a loft feel.
Yeah.
So that you've still got a bit of the hustle and bustle of a cafe, because as much as I don't like the overstimulation of the noise,
Yeah.
you still kind of want to feel like you're part of the
Yeah.
hustle and the bustle a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I would love to have a loft upstairs area where there's either big sharing tables or small individual booths for one person to go and sit if they want to work or if they want to study.
Yeah.
Because I find that that's such a hard balance to navigate of someone just sitting at a table. And it happened today. There were probably about 3 or 4 tables that there was just one person who was doing their work or doing their study. And we can't kick them out.
No.
They've paid just as much as the next person has paid. They have every right to sit there.
The only trouble this time of year is because it is miserable and damp outside, then you get people that just camp.
Yes.
So, but most of the people will move to a different table over lunch, and
so
then they can move
that
back.
part is flexible.
Yeah.
But I would love to kind of create a specific place where, I'm studying. I want to be around people. I want to be able to have access to a cup of coffee, but also I want a little bit of hustle or bustle. I'm going to go to this place because I know I can go upstairs and it's a little bit quieter and
But
it has all the things still that I could get at a cafe.
I had, I've thought about this or daydreamed about this at the place we work now, funnily enough, because there's an upstairs to our place that has offices or whatever else it has up there. But I'm like, wouldn't that be cool if we had a staircase? I was going to put the staircase. This is where I'm putting the staircase, is by the back door where the pew is that people sit on. And you just go up, and it'll be very similar to what you're describing. And then, so I like planned it all out in my head, and we could do this. And but then I'm like, oh God, let's scrap that, because then I have to run upstairs at people's food and.
But that's when you need a dumbbell or a dumbweight thing.
Dumbwaiter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just pop everything on there, and then you have someone that's always on that second level, and then at a certain time you close it off to the day.
Yeah.
And then that person comes down, but that's their responsibility, and they just clear the tables or the different places.
The dreams.
Yeah. Would you ever want to be, what would be the scenario that you would want to go to a place where it's big and it's loud and it's, I don't know, like contrastly different to what you've said that you would prefer? Is there a scenario that you would think that's when it would be a time and place?
Well, if you're meeting a group of, if it's their choice. If I'm going out with somebody and that's their choice, and I need to go and support whatever's going on there, then I would go. Mm-hmm. I'd never choose to go there myself. It will be somebody else that says, "Oh, we're going to be at this nightclub or this nightclub, this restaurant that then turns into which is a dance place,
right?
Because it's my blah de blah birthday.
Yeah,
would love you to come." Then I would go.
Right. I was just thinking, what if we switched it around and then had kind of, so my niece got married 2-3 years ago.
I'm going to say 3.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it's 3 years ago. Sorry, I know you're listening to this and I do apologise. I don't actually remember.
But you know what?
When you got married 3 years ago.
The time flies.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, she has a
heck.
6-month-old baby, so 3 years ago.
It's got to be 3 years.
So we had their reception in a, we have friends that have like a cucumber pack house, a cucumber greenhouse, or a greenhouse, and goodness. And we emptied it out and we decked the whole entire place out, and we had like standing tables, you know, the typical catering tables that you see, and they were high top ones, but we didn't have any seating. There was no arranged seating. It was very relaxed. She had a food truck for
I know that's
for
a great
food,
idea. I love
and
that.
it was actually just perfect. We had a couple of chairs and a couple of seating tables just for the older generation because but I was just thinking, like, wouldn't it be neat if there was a certain place that if you knew that you were a big gathering, but you still kind of want a bit of a cafe vibe,
Yeah.
and not a nightclub vibe,
Yeah.
because you're doing a 45th birthday and nobody wants to go out to a nightclub. I mean, if you do, all power to you.
They probably do at 45.
I mean, probably an early
Well,
nightclub.
it also depends, I think, if you are a drinker,
That is true.
because
But if you're not a drinker and you still want that that vibe,
Yeah.
and so it'd be neat if there was kind of like a venue or a place that you could go to and be like, oh, I want to go with my 15 friends.
Yeah.
But it's more of a standing, basically just a bar.
Yes.
But you're going out for a cup of coffee and a sweet treat.
Well, I think that if you're not a drinker like myself, you should still provide alcohol for others.
But dignified alcohol.
Not get absolutely shit-faced alcohol.
And hey, your limit is 3 drinks.
You can't do that. If I could do that, blimey, if that worked, everything changes in my house. If I could say, you can have
drinks.
a drink, Scott, but you're only allowed 3 before you get to because there's different stages of drunk in our house. There's before drink, a little bit grumpy, had a couple of drinks and is happy chappy. Mm-hmm. And then we get to another stage where it's even more happy chappy, doesn't stop talking and talks over everybody. Uh-huh. And then we get to another stage where it's slightly quiet. Uh-huh. And then most of us don't see the last stage because we've gone to bed.
Conked out.
Yeah, we've just left him because then he's just argumentative or just like, oh, you're so annoying. Right, night. And we just leave him sat downstairs by himself. If I could have the 3 drink rule, that would be amazing. Because that would be happy chappy, not talking too much. But
Yeah, good time.
Good time.
Good time, 3 drinks. Maybe we're on to something. Very quickly, I do have a question for you. Do you know those? Have you heard about those restaurants where the servers are intentionally rude and sarcastic?
Yes, we've been to one.
Okay. I was going to ask you, would you go there?
I've been to one. It is uncomfortable.
Okay. Why did you go then?
Well, because you have to go and experience it.
Was it in the States?
Yeah, went with the kids.
Okay.
And they're just rude to you. But they weren't overly rude to us. Maybe because the kids were there. But I've seen posts and stuff where they are really quite rude. And I'm thinking, that would be awesome. Like, to be rude to people.
Right. So
or sarcastic to people.
You didn't enjoy your experience,
I found it as slightly weird. I mean, I knew what was happening.
Right.
But it doesn't feel very nice to be, like, attacked for your choices or it was weird to get over that because it doesn't happen to you, does it? Because people go, no problem.
Yeah.
They get what you want.
Did I say I wanted ice? No, you didn't. I'm sorry about that. No problem. I'll replace it. Yeah.
So it's completely the opposite.
Right. Would you want to work in a place? Well,
I would like to do it once.
And could you?
Yes.
Okay. I know what I was asking.
Yeah.
And I knew your answer straight away was yes, but I still wanted to ask it.
I would like to be able to do it one day a year for charity.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I'm going to pay this much money so that I'd still think I would find it difficult. I would find it difficult in the place where we work now because it's just not.
Oh, yeah, it's not the vibe of a rude place.
No, and it's also where we've learnt to do the manicuring and the wonderful hospitality that we do. So there is no way
you could flip that around.
I could flip it around. At the moment, it just stays in my head, and the ticker tape goes round, and I'm like,
no problem.
Yeah, no problem.
Although
but I
don't
think I could actually. I couldn't do it there. I'd have to work somewhere else for a day.
Yeah.
Unless everybody knew that this is what we're doing for charity today, and this is going to be a fun day, and like you could do it like that and see how much money you could raise. Yeah.
I would not pay to go to a place like that. It's very similar to horror films. I don't enjoy them. So why would I willingly pay to put myself in that position? That's not really something that I'm wanting to do. So unless it was a group of us and that was what someone else wanted to do.
Yes.
I was like, I want to experience this. Let's go do it. Be like, okay, not my cup of tea, but I'll go do it.
Just to say you've done it and you've done
well,
it. Well,
for the group of people.
It is
but
weird.
it's not actually something that I want to tick off my bucket list.
No, they make you hats with funny sayings about you. And
Yeah. And then could I do it? I don't know if I could outwardly say rude things to people.
I'm just going to say it would maybe depend on the day for you.
The last couple of days I have also struggled. Like I even said to the girls the other day, I was like, do you guys ever have those days where inside you're just grumpy and angry and you just don't want to be here? And they're like, yep. And I'm like, but on the outside, I'm not like that. And they're like, no, you're not. And I'm like, great. But that was what the day was. And I know today I was a lot quieter, but also that's what's going on in my mental world.
Yeah.
But because I know that I can be snippy or I can, my grumpiness comes out and it's actually sometimes quite rude. I've tried really hard this year to make sure that all of it stays on the inside. Yeah. And my outside is I just either go quiet because there's just nothing else that I can do.
Yeah.
Which sometimes is just better because otherwise I just become passive aggressive but it's nobody else's fault. And so that's what I've trained myself to try and do, of just like, you're in a mood right now, so either shut up and don't say anything, or I have to work really, really hard.
Yeah.
To, like, the other day I was leading the team and I was just like, Joella, you just have to put on a face and you have to make sure that when you talk to somebody, it's going to be with kindness. Like, that was my internal narrative that went through the entire day. And by the end of the day, I'm like, great, I can go home now. It's just done.
Sometimes you can't get rid of those moods until you go to sleep and wake up the next day. Like, you can't. It doesn't matter what you do. If you're in one of those moods or you don't want to do something, you can't get rid of it.
Yeah. So to play on that and to act on it, I would genuinely feel like an awful, horrible person, because I do already when the internal wheel comes out, and I'm like, I'm just being a dick right now.
I just think
that's
some
not nice.
Of the funnies that I, at the table like the other day when that guy said to me, "Are you from Ireland?" I said, "No, I'm British," and he said, "Oh, I really like Ireland," and I said to him, "You really like Britain too, don't you?" And he's like, yeah, and they were all laughing. I said, because you got to remember who's making your food.
But see, that's different. There's a knowing of how to have banter with people and being able to read a person to say banter is different than rude and sarcastic.
Yeah.
Because banter is that, it's relational.
Yeah.
You're kind of having a bit of fun.
Well, everything that we speak about on here, and, like the seriously, madam, and, is there orange juice? Is there oranges in that orange? What do you think? Is what you'd really like to say.
Yeah.
So those are all the things we'd really like to say. Or is that fresh? Just tap it on the table, or, and be a dick about it.
Or just bite into it.
I think I would like to do that occasionally.
Yes.
Or maybe before, like, you leave a job and you know that you're leaving anyway. Could you do it then?
No, I couldn't. Because it's not about the job, it's about who I am as a person, and I would still want my character intact.
Yes.
Because that's what I'm walking away
Otherwise, they remember you for that last thing that you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to be remembered for the wonderful things you did.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Yeah.
Great question.
Yes.
Great conversation. We're going to take a quick break and then we'll be back. Okay, and we're back. So, my Who Does That actually goes along the vein of...
Who does that? You've missed the exciting bit.
Sorry.
You just went straight into it.
I did go straight into it.
Who does that? I don't have one, but you do.
Do you know, my brain was actually this is 2-part compilation. I was like, my laptop is on its last battery, so let's just get this last segment over and done with. Otherwise, I'm going to have to try and get my charger, which is all the way on the other side of my house.
It's such a trek.
Such a trek. It's all of like 20 steps, but still. And then I got stuck on that, and then I was like, did I even have a sip of tea just then? And then I was like, okay, we're in this. Who does that?
Right, quick.
Who does that? My Who Does That, like I just said before we went into all of this, it goes along the lines of what we've just talked about, where I wish I could have said or actually done something in response to this lady. So this table of 2 mums and I think 3 kids had just left.
Oh, and it was a disaster.
And I looked over, and it was basically, imagine that you've taken an entire muffin, scrunched it up in your hand, and made it into crumbs, and then sprinkled it all over the table and all over the floors and all over the high chair and all over the chairs.
Oh, it was
and
everywhere. And squashed in after, when they were leaving, they squashed it into the floor.
Yep, and amongst everything else that they ordered, all the shit that was left on their table. And then they left. Literally, as I reckon the door was closing on their butt, this lady comes sauntering in, puts her handbag down on the table and says, I'm going to sit here. And one of our servers was delivering a cup of coffee and something else to the table nearby. And she goes and says, excuse me, I'm going to sit here. And so our server very nicely said, just hold on a second. I'm just going to finish delivering this thing. And then so she did. And then she turned around and she's like, okay, I'll just clear the table for you. So you came along as well. And the two of you kind of tried to clear the table, but there was too much crap on there for you to do it. So you went, and the lady went back up to the till, ordered her something, and then she came back down and sat in amongst the crumbs because you hadn't come back yet to clean up the crumbs. And I was like, what are you doing, lady? You literally... And so I felt like, and the things that I wish I could have said or done, I feel like those moments, I wish we could just say, well, you've chosen to sit at a crumb table. You're going to sit at a crumb table.
Yeah.
Are we going to clean it? No. You can just sit in amongst the crumb. You have literally just seen the crap and the mess that has been left here.
Yeah.
And you've chosen to just plonk yourself at that table.
Also, lady.
Who does that?
You have just walked past 15 clean tables.
Yes.
Perfectly beautiful tables.
Yes.
Some of them even by the window.
Yes.
And you've chosen the back corner.
That has all of the crumbs everywhere.
You've got crumbs all over the bottom of your purse where you dumped it on the table.
I'm going to sit here. Okay. There was no question. I just felt like, I felt like we could have just said, like a kid, you've chosen to sit there. Well, you can sit there. Are you going to clean it up because it's all dirty? No.
No, because I think she might have been offered a different table and decided to sit there.
Oh, it makes it even more
Yeah,
worse.
it does.
Who does that?
Yeah, just wait.
Yeah.
And the other...
Why do you pick the dirtiest table to sit at and then wait for someone to clear it for you?
Also,
you don't wait.
Or you don't wait.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, if you are clearing a table because you know someone's going to sit down, they stand either like right behind you and you're like, I'm going to turn around and smack straight into you. Or they try to start sitting down and I'm like, well, now I can't clean it. You've got your bloody paper there. Like, I'm trying to do my job.
Do you know what I say to people when they've gone and sat at a dirty table and I'm coming over? This is my line. And they've put all of their stuff on the table. I'm like, all right, everybody, elbows up. I want to... and it's like, it's a nice way to kind of just say, can you get all of your stuff off the table?
We haven't cleaned it yet.
We haven't cleaned it yet. Or, I'm so sorry, I'm going to clean your table for you. I'm like, no, elbows up. Let's clean this down. And for me, it makes it more fun because it feels like you're a teacher with kids, which basically that's what we are in a hospitality world.
When we get table snatchers that sit at a table that's dirty, I'll go over and I'll say, I'm so sorry, we should have sat you at a clean table. They're like, oh, they didn't seat us. I'm like, well, jolly well get up. You need to be seated. It's a Saturday. It's busy. We have a wait.
That's what happens.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I'm so sorry. We should have cleaned this before we sat you and they haven't sat me. Well, I thought so.
Yeah.
Up you get. Off you go.
Okay.
Quick, before your thing goes.
It won't die. It'll be okay.
Well, actually, I've got a would you rather deal with a picky customer or a messy table?
I think is my picky customer rude about the pickiness?
Oh, yeah, they'd be rude. All picky customers are a bit rude.
Rude and arrogant and just like, this is what I want.
This is what I want.
Yeah, I'd rather have a dirty table.
Yeah.
Because you can get a nice picky customer. Because I had this couple come in the other day and one of them, the woman started talking and she said, I'm allergic to such and such. Does this item have that in it? And I was like, no, it doesn't actually. You're actually fine for that. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, I'll have that. And then she ordered her drink and then she says, can you make it with oat milk? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And then her partner said, oh, I'm really sorry. I'm going to be difficult as well. And I thought that he was kind of doing a bit of a joke, and I was like, oh, we can't take difficult people here. And he kind of face fell a little bit, and I was like, I'm just kidding, what can I give you? And then he ordered his thing, and I don't know what his allergy was, but another slightly weird one. And then I was like, no, that's not a problem. Our kitchen doesn't actually have that, or you can have these things.
Yeah.
And then afterwards I was like, see, you're not that difficult afterwards. And I was like, you do know that I was just messing with you, right? And he's like, yeah. But that was one of those places where I had to clarify because I was unsure.
When I hear picky, I just hear the Karens, like the Like, can I well, I can't eat eggs like that. I need to have mine scrambled.
Oh,
You know,
I
that
would
kind
much
of thing.
rather clean a dirty
table than
What
deal
about
with
you?
them. I kind of, I don't know, because sometimes I thrive off of those twits.
The picky
I'm just like, it just like makes me feel like a better person. I'm like, what the fuck? Who do you think you are right now? Like, makes me feel like a better person.
I love that.
And I'll serve them, and you know, like I'll do everything that they
Here you go,
want.
madam.
Yeah, here you go, madam. But it just like I just look at them and think,
You're such a dick.
you're such a dick, and you're walking around in the world, and everyone's looking at you, and everyone knows you're a dick. Enjoy your meal.
Okay. Well, at least the person will be served in this scenario, and the table will also be cleared. So
Yes, yeah, that's true.
it's a win-win situation.
If we're both working, it's a win-win. Yeah. I'll take you, you dick. She's going to clean your table for you. Have you got time for your celebrity question, or do you want to save it?
No, we can do it today.
Okay.
I asked a Milo question today because it was
Yeah, we needed Milo today.
It was boring.
Yeah.
And my Milo question was, if you had to be famous for something, what would you be famous for?
Well, you heard mine, but I didn't know what yours is. I will say what mine is, but what is yours?
Oh, mine would be writing. Being an author.
Oh.
Yeah. Or I did say this to someone else today. I said that would be either that or being a jazz pianist.
Ah.
Yeah.
So mine was that I would really like to have achieved something with my life that would benefit other people. So I would like to be known for that. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what it is, or because obviously I'm not, but I would, if I knew the right people, or fought hard enough for something. Mm-hmm. For example, you pass it on to other people. You've heard about that thing that happens in the world, right? Like there's
like a pay it forward.
Thank you. So a pay it forward thing, like something like that you could really get behind, and then it really helped people in your community, or like if you worked in the centre of London, there's so many people that are homeless. Well, there's so many people homeless anywhere.
Yeah.
And if we had something similar when I worked in England, that you could pay it forward, but not to the person that was behind you that might already have loads of money in their bank. It would pay it forward onto like a gift card thing.
Right.
So then when somebody did come in, then we can use that, and it was paid forward like that.
Right.
Because
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is kind of cool. So, I mean, obviously not that, but something that would help people, or just like get behind something that would help people that with illness, or that's what I'd like to be known for.
Can I give you a nice little plug here?
Yeah.
I think you're known for helping people in where we work. If I was to call all of our previous staff members, I would say without a shadow of a doubt that you would be somebody that they're like, yep, that was my work mum, or that was the person that like spoke something into my life, or like that was the person that taught me how to do this. I think I wouldn't hesitate to say that 99% of the people that have come through that you've worked with, you've made an impact on.
Oh,
so
how nice.
It might not be a big star
Look
on the
at me,
planet,
a celebrity.
but a celebrity in the small little part of the universe that you live in.
That's very nice. Thank you very much.
Is that all that we have for today?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for listening to 29 episodes, or maybe just one episode.
Yeah.
We are Joella and Helen. This is And Another Thing podcast. So if you'd like to reach out to us, you can do at pod.andanotherthing@gmail.com. We're also on the socials of Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. YouTube is audio, not visual. I don't know why I have to explain that, but sometimes I feel like I do.
Because people expect to see us one day, maybe, because we've started doing little videos one day.
Maybe.
I've just got to convince Joella, everybody.
Otherwise, thank you very much for listening.
Have a great week.
Have a great week, and
have a good idea.